Have you ever found yourself mid-sentence and suddenly forgot what you were saying? Or walked into a room, paused, and thought, "Wait, what did I come in here for?" If this has been happening often, you're not alone. Many women in their 40s, or even earlier, begin to experience memory lapses, trouble concentrating, and that mental fatigue that doesn't go away, not even with coffee. And the first thought that usually comes up is, am I getting Alzheimer's? But what if I told you that there is a much more common and far less scary explanation? Today, we're going to talk about one of the most confusing and frustrating symptoms of perimenopause: changes in the brain, especially what's often called brain fog. We'll explore why it happens, how perimenopause affects your brain, and most importantly, what you can do to clear the fog, reduce forgetfulness, and feel focused again. Stick with me until the end, because this episode is an invitation to self-care and reconnection with yourself. Welcome to MenoJourney. This is the third episode in our special series on perimenopause symptoms, the invisible phase that marks the beginning of one of the most profound transformations in a woman's life. If you know someone who's also been feeling forgetful, unfocused, or a bit disconnected, share this video with her now. Shared information can brighten a woman's day, or even change her life. Before we dive into today's topic, a quick reminder. In the last episode of our perimenopause series, we talked about hot flashes, night sweats, and how they directly interfere with sleep quality, which in turn affects your mood, focus, energy, and yes, your mental clarity. If you haven't seen that episode yet, I highly recommend watching it afterward, because everything is connected. Perimenopause is the transitional phase before menopause, when hormone levels begin to fluctuate. And it's during this time that the most intense symptoms, physical, emotional, and cognitive, begin to appear. This hormonal roller coaster affects more than just your menstrual cycle. It impacts your entire body, including your brain, which is one of the organs most sensitive to the drop in estrogen. Estrogen, which has always helped your brain cells communicate, boosted memory, and supported concentration, starts to fluctuate. And that changes everything. Estrogen plays a key role in areas like the hippocampus, responsible for memory, and the prefrontal cortex, which manages focus, organization, and decision-making. The result? That infamous brain fog, silly forgetfulness, trouble organizing your thoughts, loss of focus, and a frustrating sense of confusion. See if any of these sound familiar. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Searched the house for your glasses, only to find them on your head? Started talking, and then stopped. Wait, what was I saying again? Or struggled to remember the name of someone close, and it just wouldn't come. Brain fog feels like your thinking is trapped in a thick cloud that blurs everything. These things may seem small, but they can be deeply frustrating, and they can shake your confidence. That's why it's so important to understand it's not your fault. This isn't laziness, disorganization, or a lack of attention. You're not going crazy, and you're not losing who you are. Your body is changing. Your brain is recalibrating and asking for some grace. And this is part of a natural, and yes, challenging our process, full of opportunities for growth and self-care. In addition to forgetfulness, many women also report unexplained irritability, sudden sadness, trouble making even simple decisions, and feeling mentally drained by the end of the day. It's as if your mind is operating in slow motion, while the world expects you to keep going at full speed. To help you understand all this more clearly, we're going to break it into 3 parts. First, what's actually happening in your brain? As estrogen declines, your neurons lose some of their agility. Brain cell communication slows down. You're still intelligent, creative, and capable, but your brain is operating in slow mode as it tries to adjust to a new hormonal balance. This transition is not linear. Some days are great, others feel like a mental storm. That's typical of perimenopause. That sudden blank, the missing word, the inability to focus on even a simple article. It's all tied to hormone fluctuations. Second, is it Alzheimer's? When should you worry? Many women wonder, could this be the start of something serious? But here's the good news. Perimenopausal brain fog is not the same as dementia. It's usually temporary and related to a hormonal transition, not brain degeneration. That said, if you're frequently forgetting important appointments, losing independence, or have a family history of neurological illness, it's a good idea to talk to a doctor. Look for a healthcare provider experienced in perimenopause and women's health. Third, what can you do to help clear the fog? There are natural strategies that can support brain function. Supplements like omega-3s, magnesium, and choline, found in egg yolks, can boost neuron communication and memory. A balanced diet with less sugar, less alcohol, and more hydration. More foods rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and healthy fats. Take care of your sleep. Without deep restorative sleep, your brain can't function properly. Create a bedtime ritual, a dark, quiet room, low lighting, and, most importantly, avoid screens like phones and TVs at least an hour before bed. That helps your brain slow down. Cut back on caffeine in the evening. Good sleep hygiene is essential. Poor sleep makes everything worse. Move your body. Physical activity improves blood flow, stimulates neurotransmitters, and helps your body produce natural estrogen. Walking, yoga, or dancing are amazing for brain health. Regular exercise boosts cognition and lifts your mood. Challenge your mind. Learning something new, doing puzzles, reading, journaling. These are all powerful brain workouts. Cultivate connections. Talking with friends, laughing and exchanging stories is also mental nourishment. Manage and reduce stress. Meditation, deep breathing, and making space to slow down help protect your nervous system. Hormonal or natural therapies may also be helpful in some cases, always under medical supervision. Don't be afraid to seek support. Wow. Let's review what we've learned today. During perimenopause, the impact on the brain is real. Brain fog, forgetfulness, and lack of focus are key signs of weakness. They are symptoms of a body in transition. They're connected to the drop in estrogen in the brain. It's not Alzheimer's, but it does deserve attention. There are simple, effective habits that help clear the mind, and you are not alone. There are real ways to feel better. With information, self-care, professional guidance, and support, you can move through this time with much more clarity and ease. If this video resonated with you, like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. Every new subscriber strengthens this support network for women, and you're part of it. We have a full series on the key symptoms of perimenopause, and each one can help you better understand what you're going through. Because in this stage of life, knowledge is power, and you deserve to move through it with confidence, health, and autonomy. Even when your mind feels cloudy, your inner light is still shining. Take care of yourself, gently and with love. You deserve it. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. Thank you for being here. We're in this together. See you in the next episode of our series on perimenopause symptoms.